It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day, and I can't wait for 2026.
Yeah, like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be.
Speculation surrounding Floyd Mayweather has once again taken over the boxing world after fresh reports suggested he could be considering another appearance inside the ring. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the idea of Floyd sharing the ring with Terence "Bud" Crawford has quickly become one of the hottest topics in combat sports. Fans have spent years debating how these two champions would compare, and the possibility of seeing them involved in the same event has reignited one of boxing's biggest fantasy matchups.
Just hypothetically speaking, just looking at, two fighters, you got Floyd and you got Crawford in their prime. Who you picking?
Can we all give an opinion on that?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, I got an opinion on that too.
Coach, what you think?
I'm listening to you, Rep.
Floyd versus our prime Mayweather. We can go Pretty Boy, we can go Money May versus Terence Crawford in his prime. Who we got?
I think Money May would have shut Crawford down. He would have bored him to sleep like he do these fighters.
Yeah.
He would have jabbed him, hooked him, sticking him in the body. You know what I'm saying? And then when the fighters swing back, Floyd nowhere to be found. So mentally, that drained him.
Yeah.
And about the 6th or 7th round, that's when you start picking up, putting the combination together.
Much of the discussion has centered on whether Mayweather would even consider returning at this stage of his career. Having already retired with an undefeated professional record and achieved remarkable financial success, many observers believe any future appearance would be driven by competition and legacy rather than money alone. Regardless of the reason, the mere possibility of Floyd facing one of today's elite champions has generated enormous excitement throughout the boxing community.
Chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day, and I can't wait for.
Terence Crawford's accomplishments have only added more fuel to the conversation. Over the past several years, Crawford has established himself as one of the sport's most complete fighters by collecting world titles across multiple weight classes and consistently defeating top-level opposition. His ability to adapt to different styles has earned praise from fans, analysts, and former champions alike, making him one of the most respected boxers of the modern era.
Yeah, like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. Because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. Got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
Because of Crawford's continued success, many respected figures throughout boxing have placed him among the very best active fighters in the world. His ring intelligence, versatility, and composure under pressure have become defining characteristics of his career. Those qualities naturally lead many people to wonder how he would perform against a legendary technician like Mayweather if both fighters were competing at their absolute best.
Best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European.
No, the world. Best fighter.
World.
The world, yeah.
I think it's Terence Crawford.
Many believe it's you. Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one, yeah?
Yeah.
Crawford himself has never hidden his confidence. Throughout his career, he has repeatedly explained that every opponent presents a different challenge and that preparation is the key to success. While he has always acknowledged Mayweather's extraordinary accomplishments, he also believes in his own ability to solve difficult problems inside the ring. That confidence is one of the reasons fans continue to dream about a matchup that would pit two of boxing's smartest competitors against one another.
Wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
The debate becomes even more interesting when former fighters and trainers begin sharing their opinions. Some believe Crawford's versatility would create problems for almost anyone in boxing history. His ability to switch stances naturally, control distance, and adjust his strategy during a fight has impressed many respected voices in the sport. Others, however, point out that Mayweather built his legendary career by finding solutions against every style placed in front of him, making this matchup incredibly difficult to predict.
Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that.
Another reason this discussion continues to grow is because both fighters possess exceptional ring intelligence. Mayweather became famous for reading opponents, making defensive adjustments, and frustrating even the most dangerous punchers. Crawford approaches the sport differently, combining patience with controlled aggression and the ability to increase pressure whenever he identifies weaknesses. Those contrasting approaches make fans wonder which style would ultimately prevail.
Out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Several experienced boxing figures have also emphasized the importance of timing when comparing champions from different generations. They argue that every great fighter reaches peak form during a different stage of their career, making direct comparisons extremely difficult. Success inside the ring often depends not only on talent but also on experience, confidence, physical condition, and facing the right opponent at the right moment.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. CJ Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep water. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game.
Questions about what truly defines a fighter's prime continue to divide the boxing community. Some believe athleticism and speed are the deciding factors, while others argue that experience, discipline, and ring awareness become even more valuable as a career progresses. That's why discussions involving Mayweather and Crawford remain so fascinating. Both men developed their greatness in different ways while consistently finding victories against elite competition.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost. Yeah, but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like he did something great.
One thing almost everyone agrees on is that a meeting between these two champions would become an unforgettable event. Beyond the championship credentials and impressive records, it would represent a clash between two of the sport's highest boxing IQs. Every round would likely become a tactical battle filled with adjustments, counterpunching, and strategic decision-making, giving fans the type of contest that could be analyzed for years after the final bell.
It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, and I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to. I got my opinion on, how the fights will go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy, they two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it, you know.
As the debate continues, more analysts have begun looking beyond statistics and focusing on legacy. Crawford has built a reputation for accepting difficult challenges and proving himself against elite opponents in multiple weight classes. Every major victory has strengthened his standing among the best fighters of this generation. That willingness to test himself against top competition is one of the biggest reasons so many people believe he belongs in the same conversation as boxing's all-time greats.
Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather. Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been on middleweight. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even.
At the same time, Floyd Mayweather's resume remains one of the strongest in boxing history. His undefeated record, championship success across several divisions, and ability to consistently perform on the biggest stages have made him the standard that many modern fighters are compared against. Even years after retirement, his influence on the sport continues to shape discussions about greatness, business, and long-term success inside and outside the ring.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference.
Promoters, trainers, and former champions all seem to have different opinions about how this dream matchup would unfold. Some believe Crawford's adaptability would allow him to solve problems that previous opponents couldn't. Others insist that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and unmatched ring awareness would make him one of the toughest challenges any fighter could ever face. Those contrasting viewpoints are exactly what keep this fantasy matchup alive among boxing fans.
Would have won Crawford or Mayweather, prime for prime?
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, you know, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique.
What makes this comparison so compelling is the difference in styles. Mayweather mastered the art of controlling pace, avoiding unnecessary risks, and winning through precision and discipline. Crawford, meanwhile, has earned praise for his ability to make adjustments during a fight, increase pressure when opportunities appear, and finish contests in impressive fashion. Watching those two approaches collide would create one of the most tactical and fascinating battles the sport could offer.
That's a completely different fight, all right? Because Spence has been given to believe that he's every bit as good an offensive fighter as Terence Crawford or anybody else that he's going to be in with. So he learned something different Saturday night. But Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales. And that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that a Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what Crawford.
Whether this fight ever becomes reality or remains one of boxing's greatest what-if discussions, one thing is certain. Both Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford have secured remarkable places in boxing history. Each has inspired a generation in different ways, and comparing their achievements will likely continue for years to come. Ultimately, only a real fight could answer the questions fans keep asking, but until then, the debate will live on. Let us know who you think would win in a Prime vs. Prime showdown. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest boxing coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.